Happy Thursday! Welcome to our second bonus episode in celebration of our live and spooky month of horror. If you haven't listened to our Tuesday episode yet, this week we are focusing on the anthology Fever Dreams, a delicious feast of horror short stories edited by the stellar Mark Morris. We heard from Mark on Tuesday, as well as Priya, Sharma and Caolán, whose stories featured in the episode. Today, we are going to hear from quite a few more authors and learn more about them, their stories, and what exactly this anthology involves. To give a quick recap, Fever Dreams is the 6th volume in our ABC of Horror, a non-themed series of horror anthologies where the stories are sourced both from commissioning brilliant, top authors in the genre, as well as from our open submissions process. These are really incredible books and absolutely brimming with some of the best horror work out there. It's all original too, so you really won't have read anything like it before. Instead of me talking on about this series, let's just go ahead and hear from the Fever Dreams authors themselves.
Hello, I'm CJ Leede, and I wrote a story called Midnight Disease for Fever Dreams. It is about the creative process, writing, being a writer, and my own very, very personal feelings, thoughts, fears about motherhood. And it is set in Iceland. It's like my only international story, and it's probably one of like 3 short stories I'm ever really gonna have in the world. So definitely check it out. It's very dark. I had a lot of fun with this one, and it was definitely inspired by a trip I took to Iceland and a stay I had in a very remote cabin. So I hope you love it.
Hi there, my name's Alan Baxter, and I wrote a story called Watch the Skies for the Fever Dreams anthology. It's a story set down in southern Tasmania, where, should you cross the water, the next landmass you'd meet would be Antarctica, which is an unusual place to live, and it struck me that it's the sort of place where strange things might emerge from those cold waters. That was the inspiration for this story. I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Chad Lutzke, author of Skullface Boy, A Foster Homes and Flies, and about 20 other books that may have made you cry. My story in Flame Tree Press's Fever Dreams is called By the Skin of His Teeth. It's a grit-lit tale about a detective who has it out for a local trafficker. And our detective is one late-night conversation away from getting his guy, while the criminal in question struggles to keep it together. Think of it as the telltale heart stuffed with a box full of suppositories. I hope you enjoy.
Hey everybody, my name is McLeod Chapman, and I am the author of the short story Silent Wounds for the Fever Dreams anthology. And I guess the best way to explain or describe Silent Wounds is that it's all about a haunted gun and everything that happens to these particular soldiers who use this weapon in the line of battle. It's a doozy.
Hi, horror fans. My name is Craig DiLouie. I'm the author of All in the Game, a story in the new horror anthology Fever Dreams. It's a zombie story about a father who is desperately trying to protect his family during a zombie apocalypse. Thanks for reading.
G'day, I'm Kaaron Warren, and I'm coming to you from a small town in country Victoria. My story, Not All Stones Mean Murder, was inspired by a building a little bit like the one behind me, which is a very old jail cell. I found a picture in an old photography magazine from the 1950s, and just looking at it made me wonder what lived in the darkness.
Hi, my name is Chronister. I'm a writer from Pennsylvania in the US, and I contributed a story called The Shadow of His Vibrance to Fever Dreams. The Shadow of His Vibrance was inspired by documentaries about multi-level marketing schemes, interviews with the family members and loved ones of people who get really deep in those schemes, and the kind of almost spiritual way that people start to feel about the things that they are buying and selling. I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lucy Snyder. I'm a writer from Ohio. I'm the author of 15 published books and over 100 published short stories. For the Fever Dreams anthology, I wrote a near-future horror story called Sideways. It's very loosely based on my own personal experiences marching in protest marches here in the Columbus area. In this story, the main character goes to a protest to protect a friend, and things go very, very badly in progressively worse and worse ways. Despite the grimness of the story, I hope people enjoy it.
Hey everybody, this is Philip Fracassi. I'm so excited to be part of the Fever Dreams anthology with my story, The Mummified Corpse of Reese Witherspoon. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. No, it's right. Hope you enjoy it. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Hello, I'm Rob Francis, and my short story, The Sitter, is in the anthology Fever Dreams by Flame Tree Press, edited by Mark Morris. It's a strange story set after the First World War, and it's about the intersection between artistic gifts and supernatural curses, and I hope you like it.
Hi, I'm Ryan Cole, and my story in Fever Dreams is At the Bottom She Rots. It's about a woman who's struggling to gain the acceptance of her mother-in-law, and which is literally causing her to rot from the inside out. Hope you check it out.
Hi, I'm Tanya Pell, author of Cicada and the upcoming gothic novel Her Wicked Roots. For Fever Dreams, I co-authored the story It Has Eyes Now with horror master Christopher Golden. It Has Eyes Now follows a young woman as she helps care for her ailing grandmother and learns that the nightmare of her youth may actually be a haunting spanning generations. We hope you really enjoy it, as well as the other amazing stories that will be found in this anthology.
Hi, I'm Tracy Fahey, and my story, May I Borrow You for a Moment, in Fever Dreams, is based on a visit to the Parisian catacombs. In this story, dark academia gets very dark indeed. And the premise, if they can't catch you one way, they'll catch you another, is one that continues to haunt me, and I hope you too.
There is such a variety of horror in Fever Dreams, and never a boring moment in these books. We've heard from many of the authors, but not all of them, so there are also plenty more stories in the anthology to get stuck into. And also, of course, more books in the series. Make sure to go back and listen to the stories in our Tuesday episode if you haven't already and are in the mood for some autumnal chills. Now to reveal our discount code. To get 30% off Fever Dreams this month, you will need to use the following code when ordering on the Flame Tree website. Fever Fears. All caps, no spaces. FEVERFEARS. Fever Fears. This applies to both paperback and hardback editions, so the choice is yours. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episodes, and a massive thank you to the authors that contributed and told us more about their books and themselves. It's been amazing to hear from so many people. If you're here for more spooky content, we will hopefully see you next week for the next 2 special episodes, where we will be spotlighting a beautiful and vibrant anthology full of mythology, folklore, and much more. That will be Latin American shared stories. See you then. And in the meantime, wrap up warm. The chills are coming.